How are you guys doing? Making another video. Currently leaving the truck stop where I actually made my second video ever. Yeah, funny how life goes in a circle like that. But I want to apologize for the audio on the last video. I honest to God have no idea what happened, how it ended up like that, what have you. I don't know how that happened. Like I really don't. So yeah, it's not completely inaudible. I know it's a lengthy video, and it sucks to say that, to ask you to have to watch a video for that length of time with such shitty audio. So for that, I apologize. I will get to be making it again. It won't be verbatim, obviously, but I mean, I will do my best to at least try to redo it. But in the meantime, if you would like to watch it and try to suffer through it, you can't understand what I'm saying. It's just kind of shitty. So like I said, I apologize. I hope this video doesn't turn out like that. I'm using the YouTube app to record the videos and not using regular record, and just going through iMovie. That last video was shot strictly through the YouTube app, and so is this one. So I hope that this one doesn't do the same thing as well. So yeah, but another topic that's kind of been pressing on me for a little bit, actually around the same time as that last topic was pressing on me. I guess you could call this one a little bit of trucker motivation. I guess it's a pick-me-up for the newer drivers. I've noticed, different drivers, complaining about low pay and whatnot on the driver's page. Before I get into the motivation part, understand this. Make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to do on your end to make sure you're getting paid. I understand that, you don't want a low paycheck. With that being said, don't get upset with the company for paying you a low dollar amount when you didn't scan in, I think 1 or 2 loads or something like that, whatever the case may be, when you're not scanning in loads. And then on top of that, the company should have reimbursed you for multiple things, all of which you lost the receipts for. And then on top of that, various other factors which go into play, which cause your pay to be lower. Don't be surprised when you didn't do anything on your end and your pay is low, because it could have made a several $100 difference in your paycheck. That's on you. Don't get mad at any company. Do what you're supposed to do on your end. But with that being said, I'm going to get back to the topic at hand. Typically people who come out to become a truck driver, they're doing it on a leap of faith. Well, like I've said in other videos, whatever you were doing as a career or whatnot before, it wasn't working out before, and you needed to make more money, and you knew trucking could make you to help you achieve certain financial goals. And with that being said, don't give up the fight when you're not seeing what you want to see initially. Understand, when you're coming into trucking, I don't care who you start with, there's going to be a learning curve, and you're not going to start out making the best money. And I mean, rightfully so. What high-paying organization is going to really give entry-level people with no, skills in that arena in any way, shape, or form really a large amount of money to start with? They're going to want you to learn first before they give you that kind of money, or they allow you to get into a facet where you can start earning that large amount of money. They want to see that you got what it takes. That being said, hold on, stay true to the fight, stay in the fight, don't give up, stay in it. I remember a time when I would be out here when I was driving for rail, and I started at the very bottom, 33 cents per mile. I could be out here, I could drive a 3,300 mile week and see a check that grossed like maybe $1,000, and then I had all this insurance and everything coming out of it, and I was probably seeing like 600 something odd dollars. And that was if I was seeing a week that was over 3,000 miles, and you're just not going to see that all the time, starting. You're not going to see that all the time ever. But, I mean, depending on, how fast your truck goes, the company that you're with, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, you're not going to really see that every single week. You can see high mileage weeks, but you're not see that every single week. But, I mean, there have been times where, I've worked hard, and it's like I still saw like a $300 or $400 check, $500 check, and it's just like, damn, what am I doing? And it was like sometimes I wasn't even breaking even with what I made as a cop. And it was really discouraging, to be out here running hard, doing everything you possibly can to do the job correctly, only to see little, money. Keep your head up. Stay in it. I mean, keep working hard. Keep pushing. Like, your efforts are not going to go in vain, even if you don't stay with whatever company you start with. You put in your time, somebody out there is going to pay you the money that you feel you deserve. Work hard, keep pushing. Don't, avoid petty mistakes that can be easily avoided with proper trip planning and getting out and assessing your, what you're in. Getting out and assessing the scenario, situation that you're in. Avoiding petty mistakes. Just do what you're supposed to do, and in time you will see what you struck out to see. It was a sacrifice. There's plenty of y'all out there who just wanted a better life for yourself. Plenty of y'all who wanted a better life for your family. Want to make more money. You're the sole provider for your family. You took a step out on faith to try to do what you can to make more money because you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You're tired of just your family going from one bad situation to another. Stay in the fight. Stay out here, drive, get your experience, do what you got to do, and it will pay off. And I just want you to know that, like, you're not alone. I completely understand what it's like, and for the most part, every other driver out here understands what it's like, and where you're coming from, and what you're feeling, and what it's like to be in your shoes. Everybody was brand new at some point. I don't care who out here says they drove Mount Eagle backwards, they drove Mount Eagle in reverse at 80 miles an hour, while in the bunk, steering the steering wheel with their feet. I don't care what they say, what kind of fantastic stories and whatnot they have, and all this money that they say they make and whatnot. Everybody started somewhere, and that's any profession that pays top dollar. Everybody started somewhere. You got to pay your dues, and once you pay your dues, and it's nobody's right to tell you can't have what you have after you've earned, the ability and the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do. Nobody has the right to stop you from attaining those goals and attaining what you feel like you deserve. With that being said, I also want you to remember, just like you took that leap of faith to start at a trucking company, sometimes you start at companies and you get there and you understand the way the system, the machine of that company, how that company runs, and you get comfortable and avoid it. There's nothing wrong with getting comfortable learning the way it operates, but do not get complacent. I have a lot of counterparts that I drive for rail still that say that. Like I always say, I have nothing against rail. Rail is an outstanding company, but don't get complacent. I understand you get to rail. I understand it's comfortable. I understand it's what you know. I understand you might end up at some point doing decent. When you start making $700-800 a week, and you might be happy with that. I mean, if like I said, if you're complacent and you're happy with that, then by all means do that. But look at this fool riding up on me with his damn high beams, blinding all of us. Dumbass, turn your shit down. That's completely not necessary, son. Out here blinding the fuck out of all of us, chill. Dude. But anyway, you know, you might be happy seeing $700-800, you know, $600-800. You know, you might have come from working at Walmart, making $350 every 2 weeks. Shit, I worked at Walmart when I was in college. I know what it's like to get that paycheck, you know, $350, maybe $375 every 2 weeks. You know, so you come out here and start driving trucks, you might start making $600-700 every 2 weeks. You're like, bro, I'm on cloud 9, you know? And hey, I mean, if that's all you want, you know, more power to you. But there are people that are built like me who want to constantly grow, want to constantly move forward, who want to have more than just the bare minimum. And with that being said, for those of you that are like me and a lot of others that I know, don't settle. Like, you might get comfortable at a company and you might be what you know. You know, you'll get, it's just like you took that leap of faith to start driving trucks and to choose whatever company you started with. Sometimes you gotta take a leap of faith to leave that company and go somewhere else. I know I did that when I came to ATS. I got to a point at Rail where I started seeing pretty decent paychecks. You know, I was seeing, for the most part, $850, $950. You know, and if I stayed out long enough, you know, $1,000, $1,100. You know, and then I turn around and start working my way back home, and then start dropping back again because, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I got to a point where I started seeing pretty decent money, and I was like, you know, this looks good, this looks nice. And to take a leap of faith and move to another company, it's you know, you're leaving the known. You're just like, you know, I know what I make here. I know the way it was for me. I'll use me as an example. I know how I did at Rail. I know the lanes. I had a good relationship with my fleet manager. You know, I was getting good miles. I was getting pretty decent miles. I was moving. I was making decent paychecks. You know, and I was like, but I want more. You know, I want to move on. I want to move on, and I want to move up, and I want more. So when you start looking at all these other companies, you start looking at, you know, now I got to go through orientation. I got to learn how this company operates. I got to understand how they do what they do. I got to relearn the whole system. You know, on top of that, you know, they're saying I'll make a certain amount of money or I'll start at a certain CPM, but, you know, by the time you start moving on, you've come to realize, you know, what good is the highest CPM if you're not going to be getting the miles to piggyback on top of that? What's good is making, you know, 55, 60 cents a mile if you're only going to drive 1,500 miles a week. It makes you wonder, just like, you know, am I leaving what I know to go somewhere that I don't know? And I can say so far, moving over to ATS has paid off, greatly paid off. And I mean, if people ask me, you know, like, those of you who might watch this video, if you ask me, like, you know, and some of y'all can attest, like, hey, you know, what was your money like at Rail versus what are you making at ATS? Now, I try not to show off what I make, but I mean, at the same time, if somebody asks, or if I'm trying to prove a case, I have no problem showing what I was making at Rail at my peak versus what I'm making now at ATS. I took that leap of faith. I stepped out and I came here. And you know, I was a little bit nervous at first, you know, to leave the known to go somewhere that I don't know, and it's paying off. And just like I made that step of faith, you know, anybody else can too. And you know, like I say, you know, like I said in other videos, I am a Christian. You know, I'm not the world's most perfect Christian. You know, I do make my mistakes. I'm not perfect. You know, I am but man. That being said, you know, I do try to bring, you know, Christianity and I guess the Bible and the Word into what I try to preach and say on the channel at times. That being said, you know, you have to have your faith that things will work out, but faith without works is dead, and that goes hand in hand with, the Bible does say faith without works is dead. You know, that goes hand in hand with, you know, don't go somewhere, have faith that you'll find better, but ignore the working part of what you got to do. The working part means you got to learn the job the way it needs to be done. You've got to, you got to keep your record clean too. Like, you can't go You know, you can't have faith that you're going to do well somewhere else and hopefully have faith somewhere else is going to pay you more. But you're out here steady having incidents, getting tickets. I mean, I know I got a ticket, but it was a one-time thing. But I mean, you know what I'm getting at. Those people out here getting all that kind of stuff all the time. So by the time you leave your first company, you know, you're 5 or 6 citations deep. You know, you've already had 2 accidents, all kind of wild stuff. Like, you completely torn apart this record. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do on your end to make sure it's you know, that your faith is going to be placed properly. Well, good to have faith that you're going to do better, but you're not even doing what you need to do on your end to have the right record to allow you to be able to do better. So, you know, do the working end of that. Faith without works. Do the working end. So when you have that faith and you've done the work associated with it, it'll manifest into something greater, which is what you're ultimately aiming for. So yeah, just, you know, don't give up the fight. Stay in the fight. It's rough at first. I know what it's like to work hard and then you still only bring home like a $50 paycheck. And I've had that happen before, but I mean, you know, and you know, I only was able to complete 1 load, and then on top of that, because I just launched home, I completed like 1 load for that pay period, and then I had to take out the health insurance to have insurance for that week that I would, you know, didn't drive, plus that week that I was on it, and I was still paying deductibles on like different things the company issued me. So I know what that's like to get you work your ass off, you know, and then you still see a shitty paycheck, and you're like, dang, I got to somehow still pay the bills back home. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to lose stuff. I know what it's like to lose your home, you know, your family. I'm not saying that's what you need to sacrifice, but I'm just talking about me. I know what it's like to have to go through great loss. You know, stay strong. You know, stay prayed up. You know, whatever it is you believe in, I don't care. Whatever it is you cling to for your source of hope and faith, whatever it is you cling to, I don't care. This isn't for me to push my faith on you. This is for me to inspire you to stay in the fight. Keep doing what you got to do, and it will pay off for you. No, that rhymes. What you got to do, it'll pay off for you. So I don't care what you believe in. I don't care if you're, you know, Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, atheist. I really don't care. Cling on to whatever you cling on to that gives you the faith and the strength to keep pushing on and do what you got to do out here to get to where you want to get to in your career. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Like, comment, subscribe, and you know, I'm rooting for you guys. I root for y'all every single day, and I always and I hope the best for every one of the people that subscribe to my channel and watch my content, and you know, they look at it, and hopefully this message, you know, resonates with somebody in their soul and in their heart and in their mind. Like, I want what's best for you guys, and I mean, anybody that watches the channel can vouch that, you know, if they try to get in contact with me, we're finally able to start, you know, getting in contact. I'll talk to you on the phone. I'll give you the best advice I can give you with the knowledge that I have, and I'm always going to be there for you. I pick up the phone 24/7, and I try to be in your corner. With that being said, I'm also going to give you real advice. Anybody watch this can attest to. Anybody that calls me and be like, yo, I need some advice on this, and I'll be like, look, to be honest, you're fucking up, and that's why you're having issues. Stop doing this, and this, and you should be squared away. You tracking what I'm talking about? You know, you picking up what I'm putting down? You understand what I'm saying? I say that to these people, you know, some of the viewers, you know. You know, if you're fucking up, I tell you you're fucking up. If you're doing well, I'll tell you if you're doing well. I'm going to tell you if this is what you got going on. You're going to say this is your idea. I don't think it's a good idea, and here's why I don't think it's a good idea. You know, we go from there. I will give you the truth based off of the knowledge that I have from my little experience that I have out here. So yeah, I'm always going to be there to pick up the phone. I'm always going to be there to talk to you guys. You know, I'm going to do everything I can to help y'all out in the best way that I can. I'm always going to give you advice. Anybody that's watched the channel still that, you know, has issues with, you know, whatever they got going on trying to get their license. Some people will tell you, yeah, he'll actually say Rail's not the company to go to. I'll help you find a company. Like literally, I will spend time on my own 10-hour break to try to help you find a company that suits the needs that you want for your life. Like literally, like I say, Rail's a good company. It worked for me, but it doesn't work for everybody. I'm all pro you changing your life for the better for your life to help you get ahead. And it may mean going somewhere else and not going to Rail. So yeah, but anyway, for real, we're gonna end it this time. As always, like, comment, subscribe. You know, y'all can always email me, and if you want to ever have a phone call, you know, I'll send you my phone number. My email is jevicboy@yahoo.com. jevicboy@yahoo.com. I try to check it, like literally that's my main email. Everything goes to it. So I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's hard for me to catch the email. I just gotta get on it. Sometimes I might go a day or two without me checking it, and then I'll come across, you know, about 200 or 300 unread emails, and sometimes I gotta go through all of it. So sometimes it takes a minute. But you know, rest assured, like when I come across it, I will respond to it, and I will talk to you, and we will chop it up. We will sit and talk on the phone. There's some people who watch this who will vouch. Yeah, he'll like legit pick up the phone, and I'll sit and talk to you for like 3 or 4 hours one night while I'm driving. I just don't care. You know, I care enough about you guys to make that sacrifice. I'll sit and talk to y'all. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all stay in the fight. Y'all keep doing what you got to do. Stay out here, run hard, keep your record clean, keep on aspiring for more. And I promise you, you do your faith. You have your faith. You know, you put in the working side of that faith, and your goals and your dreams will manifest. You got to set the foundation. You got to plant the seed in fertile ground. You got to nourish that seed. You got to give it what it needs in order for it to grow big and strong into whatever that seed is. That seed, in this instance, would be your trucking career. You know, stay in it. Nourish that seed. Have faith that it'll grow, but nourish that seed the way it needs to be nourished, and it will come to pass. I promise you. It's not going to come. It may not come, you know, right away. It's not going to come right away. It's going to take some time, you know. But I promise you, when it pays off really well. And that's one of the most rewarding feelings, is to be able to, as the man of your household, or, you know, if you're the woman of your household, or whatever it is, you know, whatever reason you're out here doing what you do, to see that manifest into what you set out for it to become, and to know, to hold your head with pride, to know that you're taking care of your responsibilities. For those of us, you know, that are out here trying to take care of a family, to be able to take care of your bills, your family, your home, you know, to see that your family has everything they need and a lot of what they want, and to know that your hard work and your sacrifice is paid off, and you can sleep comfortably knowing that your family doesn't have to worry about their next meal, how bills are going to get paid, any of that. That's a great feeling as a man to have that. It's a great feeling as the provider of your family to have that. It's a great feeling in general to have that you can take care of your financial needs. Yeah, that's just a great feeling. And I know y'all look forward to that. I know y'all want that day to come. And I just want you to know, stick with it. It'll come. And it'll pay off. But anyway, guys, these are some of my late night thoughts and a little bit of trucker motivation for you guys. And apply it to any aspect of your life. Even if you don't want to be a truck driver, or if you're, you're thinking about something else. It doesn't matter what you can give this video to a friend who's talking about making a step of faith from one job to another. It doesn't have to be trucking related, but you know, in general, sometimes you gotta take that step of faith and do what you gotta do on your end to make sure it can come to pass, and it will pay off. Sometimes you gotta stay in the fight. Actually, always stay in the fight. Never give up. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Moderation is for cowards. Y'all have a great night.